leads today, huh?
Dude, I wish you guys would have canceled practice, man. Who stood out so far for you on special teams?
Everyone. I got to evaluate everyone. There's 90 guys I got to take care of. Everyone's doing a good job so far. I know this is the third installation of the 4-day, 5-day it is, but I think everyone came in shape. They were ready to go. So it's been very, It's very positive to see everybody come out and go out there. They've done everything we've asked. Between myself, Joe P, and Tyler, they've done everything we've asked them to do, and we're excited to, start going against somebody else next Friday against the Jets.
How did Arryn come back to camp, and what have you seen from him so far?
I thought Arryn did a great job during the offseason. We gave him some stuff to work on, and I thought he's done an absolutely great job of doing those things we asked him to do. You guys saw a couple days ago, plus 50. I mean, we all know he's very good at that, but he's also, improved on his hang time during those plus 50s to give our gunners a rep to get down there in the field punt. I know everybody's going to be asking about that. First day out, he had a great day. Then we came back after the second installment, he had another great day. So it's just stringing these good days for him to get his confidence up and working to better himself in basically his second year as an NFL player. So I thought Arryn's done a good job. To touch on the specialists, I thought Rick and Jake have done a great job. We asked them to get better, and I think they have. They've all come in, all three ready to work, and it's exciting to see them keep practicing like they have been.
It seems without having the data that there have been fewer kicking periods for Jake this summer. Is that the case?
No. I know we don't get a lot of attention on Field 3 over there. We get our work over there. I know we're behind the scenes most of the time, but Jake, we've got a set kicking schedule for him and Arryn, and they've been getting their work. I know we've only had a couple team reps and everything, but when those team reps out, we're ready to get our work in. And these guys behind the scenes, quietly, they've been going hard every day in terms of their kicking schedule.
Mike, what about someone like Nakobe Dean? I don't know how much special teams he played at Georgia, but is he somebody that can play special teams? At least initially, do you think would there be a role for him? Is he capable of doing it?
I think there's a role for everyone that plays special teams. In my eyes, I mean, if you're on the roster, we're going to coach you as hard as we possibly can to help you better as a player. Some guys have never played special teams before, but we're going to take them under our wing and try to teach them and coach them out at the best of our ability. And Nakobe's just a really good football player. When you've got really good football players, they tend to pick up things very quickly, regardless if they didn't play it in college or anything like that. But I think he's done an absolutely great job helping getting these guys better, whether it's himself or the other guys right there. And, Nakobe, he's a hard hat guy. He comes in, doesn't say much, but he's ready to go regardless of the task we give him.
As far as evaluating returners, is there really much that you can see, particularly like a guy like Britton Covey who's new to the team? Are you pretty much limited to seeing what those guys can do in the preseason games as opposed to practice? Because there's not really competitive sessions during punt and kick returns.
Oh, there's always things to evaluate. We give them drills in terms of, where's their eye placement? Are they peeking too quick? Regardless, there's no gunner in front of them or anything like that. We want to get the best out of these guys. We chart every catch they have, whether it's off the jugs, whether it's off a live leg, kick return, punt return, and we keep that percentage going. Stuff I did in San Francisco. So it's not like they're not being evaluated in terms of that. Obviously, it's great to do it. Preseason games, you got guys running live down the field right there. But I think you can also tell, with his footwork, how's he, to critique him in that way. But Britton's done a good job. All the returners have done a good job. Jalen, Hightower on the kick return, Huntley on the kick return. I think everyone's done a very good job catching the ball. They're hitting it. They're doing things that we want them to do. So it'll be very exciting to see them in a live situation with, against the Jets and so forth and so on.
You have new guys come in who've never played special teams in college. Where do you start with them as far as, not technique and stuff, but just as far as conveying what you want out of them in general, playing special teams?
I think it's conveyed like everybody else. When you come and you do, you've made it to the NFL and everything, you may not have played special teams like I alluded to. We're going to coach you the best way we can, but it's more of them just understanding why we do this. Why is it, I try to correlate some special teams aspects to what they do on offense and defense. Maybe that clicks it and they're like, oh, I could do this a little bit better. For example, when I'm doing punt pro, I'd say, hey, when we're punt pro, we want to keep a clean pocket, no different than a quarterback in a clean pocket. So it's just being able to communicate and words they probably are more inclined to listen to, if they didn't do it in college and anything like that. But once they get that and it clicks, they're like, okay, I want to learn a little bit more about special teams. Why do we do this? What's this technique? No different, on defense when you keep the cup as a corner. You want to keep everything inside. No different than kickoff coverage. You want to keep everything to where there's 10 other guys right there. So when you can link up special teams to the offense and defense stuff they listen to, something they're more familiar with, it correlates. Then you show them the film, they're like, oh, we show them film from years back, 2015, 16, and you get the oohs and ahs. And it's a simple play, but now they want to say, how can I get something better, or how did this happen, something like that. So it's just correlating what they're used to, maybe from their senior and junior year, to now being new guys on a team, but understanding that.
What were some of the things you asked Arryn to work on in the offseason?
Just in terms of just being more consistent, especially in everything he does, whether it's plus 50, whether it's, working out, whether it's just being consistent in life. And I think he's done a great job of that when we've asked him to go out there. He's been working a lot. Tyler does a great job of helping him out right there. Jake does a great job. Rick does a great job in terms of communicating with them. They've worked even before leaving and everything, so in the spring or whatever. So I think just him being consistent, and for me personally, it's just telling him to be confident in what he does, regardless of what he does every day. Just be confident, believe in yourself. You're here for a reason, and just having that confidence to step on the field and go out there and produce like he did early on in the season, I think it's just going to help him going forward.
What consistency? How do you build that in the punter? Like, what are the elements of that?
I think the consistency is no different than a wide receiver, running back every day. You build up a good day. You don't want to go back and say, hey, I missed a couple punts here and there. It's consistently putting those. If I give you six punts, these are only 6 punts I'm charging you. I want them to be as good as 6 punts as you can. If you hit those 6, let's make it 7. It's just coming in every day. Then you get into the situations. Hey, we're backed up. This is what I want you to do. This is what I want A, then this is B right there. If you can hit those 2, we'll be all right. And it's the same thing in the plus 50. Hey, give our gunners a chance to make a play. Don't get too greedy. I want it in between a certain yardage. Let's do that for 5 straight plays. If you could do that, now it's muscle memory. Now you go out there anytime when there's a rush, when it's no rush. In terms of that, I guess to answer your question, be more specific with that in terms of what we're expecting out of it, just to be consistent.
Team leaders, we think about like Jason Kelsey on offense or like Brandon Graham on defense. Is there anyone that is like a core special teamer for years that has sort of taken on like a leadership role on special teams?
No, that's the cool thing about it. I don't think I have to tell anybody, hey, you have to be a leader on special teams. I think it's the guys that, have produced over the last couple of years. For example, I think Sean Bradley has done a good job. Obviously he had a great year last year, but it's not just Sean. It's guys, Marcus Epps, TJ Edwards. Is a full-on collective effort to be leaders out there to show these young guys how to practice. You see those guys going just as hard in our drills as the rookies right there. So it's more of a collective effort. I want to just pinpoint it on one guy, but there are, the veterans do a really good job of kind of self-policing, being the leaders of the whole special teams unit.
As a follow-up to Ruben's question before about guys who maybe didn't play a lot of special teams in college, the guys that did, Tyron, Britton as a returner, do they have a slight advantage of all that experience at college level?
That's a very interesting question because the college level, I believe, may be a little bit different in terms of like our punt pro. Most guys are in the shields. They just run down the field. We still got to teach them from the base level of, hey, this is the protection, this is how we want it, and everything. That same with Britton. Guys are just running down the field. Half the time there's 3 guys at offensive linemen. You don't get offensive. You got guys running 4-2, 4-3. So it's still implementing our base foundational rules, what we want right there. And when they go out there against, there's veteran guys that are savvy. There's guys that know some tricks of the trade, and it's more of just the learning experience with that. So I wouldn't say they have an advantage. It's nice that they did play a lot, coming in college, but you still got to start from ground one. Even with the veteran guys, we do the same drill day one of OTAs. We do the same drill day one of training camp. It's just that muscle memory. Yeah, we may not do it a lot, but as long as we start from there, we can build stuff up from there.
In your experience, what position or body type best translates to the coverage units?
Everyone comes in different shapes, size, and forms. If you had we had Raheem Mostert, running back. Then you've got guys that are undersized guys. There's some genetic freaks out there that make a lot of plays. I don't think there's a set perfect prototype special teams player. You do have to have some attributes out there, but sometimes it comes in between the ears. Guys that just know where the ball's going, how to play off blocks like that. So it all comes down with the experience and seeing some things. There's obviously guys in past years, Maragos, he was smart at the end of his years, where I had Raheem Mostert and Tavares Moore that run 4.2. Like, some guys don't run 4.2, but they got to find different ways. So I wouldn't say there's a prototype special teams player. Everyone has their different attributes.
Thanks much.
Thank you.